Live better and longer with the Fitzness Show, hosted by fitness expert, author, and TV personality Fitz Kohler. She'll tell you why diets are dumb, supplements are snake oil, and the truth about how you can earn a lean, hard, pain-free, and athletic body. Now for our favorite bossy blonde, Fitz Kohler.
Well, hi team, I'm Fitz Kohler, your super bossy fitness pro from Fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. I'm a little crispy today and a little dirty, and I got some things to tell you. That's right. I've got a whole arsenal of things I'd like to share today, and I'm so glad you've tuned in because somebody's got to hear it. That's right. Somebody's got to hear it, and some of this information will benefit you. So hang tight. That's right. Hang to the steering wheel as you listen, because it's going to be very exciting. So first of all, I'm crispy. I told you I was crispy, and I'm very excited to be crispy. So I'm pretty natural gal, right? I do the best to take care of myself in the way I can, but I like skincare. I do moisturizing, and I wash my face every day, and I always do sunscreen because skin cancer is bad. And I prefer not to have added wrinkles and spots and things like that. However, sometimes I step it up a notch. And so I had a chemical peel yesterday. And have you ever had a chemical peel? Do you even know what a chemical peel is? Well, I'm going to tell you. So my first exposure to chemical peels was, I don't know, many years ago. There used to be a show on television called Extreme Makeover, and they would take these people that were in pretty rough shape with their appearance, and they would do all sorts of dramatic things to make them over. They would do their haircuts and colors, and of course makeup, and maybe some plastic surgery or veneers, things like that. But every single person on that show, I believe, had a chemical peel, and that was a medical procedure where these people, I think, were sedated, and then they come out and their face looked like raw hamburger. I'm pretty sure the doctor did some sort of rip your face off technique, and it was gory and awful. And so many years ago, a friend of mine was like, you should get a chemical peel. And I thought, you're out of your mind. I am not doing that to my face. But apparently science has come a long way, and chemical peels are no longer the type where you have to be sedated and have your face ripped off in some regard. I don't know who does it, but I think it's the spooky guy from the Saw movies comes in and peels your face off with the old style peel. So I would say about 15 years ago, I had my first. I had a VI peel. That's a specific brand. It's a pretty heavy duty peel, but I was assured that the peel would not burn my face off. And all you do is you go into the dermatologist or the skincare office. I guess I'm not even going to a dermatologist. I'm going to like one of those beauty places, right? And so they wash your face, and then they apply a chemical with a little, like a wet nap. It's very what's the word? High tech. It's low tech. It's very low tech. It's just a lady with a wet nap full of chemical, and she rubs it on your face, and then voila, your peel begins. And so they do that, and you leave that office maybe with a little bit of rosy cheeks. That's it. You look like you with a clean face and rosy cheeks. So nothing bad. And then 4 hours later, you have to take that a new wet nap with that chemical, and you rub it on your face again. And later you have to do it again. And then another time the next day. They also give me sunscreen. They also give me a face cleanser. And then they give a hydrocortisone cream. It's 1% steroid just to prevent inflammation. My skin's not hypersensitive, so I don't ever have issues with that. But the first time I had this VI peel was about 15 years ago. And even though the process was it was painless and easy on day one, I don't know, I just looked like I had normal face. On day two, you start to feel a little tightness. That's where I am right now. I just feel slightly tight. I'm sure if you looked at my face, you might be like, oh, she's a little dry right now. But tomorrow, what'll happen is I'll wake up and I'll start talking, and then my face will start cracking around my mouth. Not my whole face, just my skin. It'll start cracking where I move the most. And that's when the peeling begins. And the peeling is similar to that if you had a bad sunburn. That's how it goes. You just start to flake off, and they say not to pull sheets. So once your skin starts peeling, you're not supposed to grab it and yank it off. You're supposed to just take little scissors and trim it. But the first time I had it done, OMG, my whole life worth of skin fell off, and it wasn't painful, but I looked like a scarecrow. It was crazy the amount of skin just coming off my face. I hope you're not grossed out. I hope you're not eating lunch and thinking, ew, Fitz Kohler, stop talking about this, because I think it's valuable because you may want to have it, because I am pretty sure at this point, 100% of my listeners have skin. This is something I've thought long and hard about, but I believe you all have skin and you all have faces. And I don't know, it's just a really good technique that yields wonderful results. So here's the deal. I did today I'm crispy. Tomorrow my face will start peeling, and then it will get worse and worse, or more and more throughout the day. Thursday will be a heavy peel day, and the peel will come from my cheeks and my eyes and my forehead. And then by Friday, most of it should be done. And I might have a little peeling around the forehead, around your nose, things like that. But it happens pretty quickly. And then the results are pretty magnificent. So it removes that top layer of dead skin. And when you're young, when you're a child, when you're a teenager, your skin is constantly turning over. So you're always making new skin. That's why these kids look perfect, little jerks. But as you age, much like everything else, it slows down, that renewal process. And then basically you have yucky dead skin just sitting there in your face. So if you look in the mirror and you think, oh, I look kind of dull, or if you think I have discoloration, if you're a melasma person, if you have acne, these peels are really good for that too. I mean, obviously talk to your doctor. I don't have those issues, but I do have kind of little, I spray tan. And so sometimes if I'm not exfoliating well enough, some of the spray tan will leave little brown spots on my face, which I do not like. And then it's supposed to help with the evenness of your skin tone and brighten you up. And if you do enough peels, it could help with fine lines and wrinkles, which is cool too. So it's not a surgical technique. It's not invasive. There's really no downtime other than for a couple of days, I'm going to look like a scarecrow. But I'm really excited about it. The first time I did it, where my face really just fell off, all the old dead skin, for the next 6 months, even men would come up and say, Fitz, your skin looks fabulous. They had no idea that I had this peel. They were just randomly out of the blue saying, boy, your skin is glowing. And so I thought, well, that's meaningful. The price of a VI peel, I think, ranges between $300 and $400, depending on where you are. I paid $350 for mine. It's not something I do every month or every year even. It's something that I decide, okay, I really, honestly, I looked in the mirror last week and I went, look, dislike whatever was going on with my face. I just decided, ew, I need a peel. And it's a little bit of pain in the neck for me because I'm always on stages, right? And like right now, I don't look any different, but tomorrow I'm going to look like a real weirdo. What I'm hoping and what I believe will happen is this peel will be over, because on Saturday, I have to be on a stage in front of 6,000 people at the Savannah Women's Half Marathon in Georgia. So, well, whatever, they're going to get what they get as far as my face is concerned. And it should be, the majority of my peeling should be done with. And I don't think anyone hires me for my skin texture, right? They're hiring me for my big mouth and my big energy. But yeah, so I did a VI peel, and tomorrow I'm going to be hunkering down for the most part with this weird skin issue. But then hopefully on Friday, I'm going to look in the mirror and say, ooh la la, Fitz Kohler, you look better. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this has been $350 well spent, and that I'm just giving myself a little bit of like a freshening up, right? A brighter, newer layer of skin to share with myself, most importantly, and the world. So I like this. If you're someone who's interested in skincare, maybe making a little enhancement, I think this peel is a really good choice. There are other peels, there are other brands. I'm not an esthetician. I'm by no means any sort of beauty expert, as you all know, but this one has a high impact. I've heard nothing but rave reviews from all the people within skincare that VI peels are significant and they yield tremendous results. In fact, they tell people like you could get one every month, and that would require a much bigger budget for sure. But I'm sure I would look 16 if I continued to get these VI peels every month. So anyway, that's what I wanted you to know. I'm starting there. Okay, the next thing I want to tell you about is this weekend. So if you recall, last year, I was a contestant on a big Dancing with the Stars themed fundraiser. It was for a national ballet company called Dance Alive, which is, interestingly enough, based here in Gainesville, Florida. And so they invited me to do it, and I agreed, and it was a blast. I danced the jive to Proud Mary. My partner was Tucker, and my choreographer for that routine was Michael Singleton. And during the process of learning that, I kind of wanted to throw Michael like over a bridge. I was cranky with him because he was cranky. Boy, he was a bit cranky. But post performance, I decided to keep on with this cranky man, and he's not cranky at all. Michael Singleton, he's my dance instructor, and I dance with him every week, ballroom dance, and I love it. And we do all the things. We do the Latin and the smooth. If you know, smooth is waltz and foxtrot and tango, I think, I don't know. And then the Latin dances are salsa and cha-cha, merengue, and I love those. Those are by far, in a way, my favorite. But since I finished the dance performance at the fundraiser last year, I've basically only danced with Michael in the studio. And he's been encouraging me to join these dance competitions to go compete. And I would love that. But every time there's a competition that's reasonably close within a few hours, I'm working. And so my schedule hasn't allowed. He takes his other students and they compete and they do great. And he's excited about me and I'm excited about him and dancing, but it just hasn't worked within my very busy travel schedule. So anyways, the Dancing with the Stars fundraiser was this past weekend and I was able to go. I bought a ticket and so I actually Michael had a whole table there were a handful of his dance clients, one of their daughters, and then me, and then there were some other dance studio people. And then the rest were just, I don't know, anybody from around the Gainesville area. There were cowboys, there was executives and nurses and all the people in the world that were there to support their favorite dancer or just to be a part of the event. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about is my outfit. And so I bought a really cute dress quite a few months ago. And I'm a short dress person. I feel weird. I feel like I'm not curvy enough to make a long dress look wonderful. So I wear shorter dresses. I look really weird in long dresses. So I'm a mini skirt type gal. And this was a mini dress and it had spaghetti straps. And I thought, well, that'll be fun. I'll wear it out dancing some night. If I go dancing all the time, but there's actually some places in town I can go do salsa. There's salsa night at the Bull. And I would like to go do that. So I bought this dress thinking that'll look cute. What I didn't realize is that the dress is also backless. And so it shows up, and again, it is cute. It's dark gray, and it's sleeveless. And I like sleeveless, and it's short. And there are rules. There are rules for women within fashion that says, okay, if you're going to wear something that's super short, you should have long sleeves. It's just kind of a balancing act, right? If you are going to wear something backless, then maybe it should be longer, right? You don't want to be sleeveless and backless and have a short skirt, but that's what this dress is. And so I thought, well, not what I was hoping for, but I tried it on. It was pretty cute. And it even had, not only was it backless, but the backlessness kind of spread forward to my rib cage. It came forward a little bit, so you can see a little bit of abs. So anyways, I am quite a modest dresser normally, but I see this dress and I think, yeah, it's so cute. It's really cute. Maybe I'll wear it to salsa night, which is not a big deal. And then this Dancing with the Stars thing came on and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to wear. And then I remembered that dress and I thought, oh, I would like to wear that dress. But there's been a lot of I don't know, reconsideration, I'll say, as I've considered, should I wear this dress or should I wear one of the other basic dresses in my closet? And so finally I talked to my mom about it. I talk to my mom every single day. If you still have a parent around, get on the phone with them, go visit them. It's such a pleasure. My mom's 84 and yeah, she's just one of my best friends where every morning I talk to my mom. So I said, Mom, I got this dress and I need your help. So I told her about it. I said, listen, I'm going to FaceTime you when I'm getting ready and I'm going to put on the dress. And if you think it's okay to wear, I'll wear it. But if you hit the veto button, I won't wear it. And she said, okay. So I'm getting ready on Saturday for the event and I put on the dress and I really like it. But again, it's a little much. It's a little extra short, sleeveless, backless. And so I called my mom. I said, okay. And the first thing she says is, it's so cute. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I said, but take a look. Let me know what you think. And so I spin around. I said, Mom, do I look like a hoochie? And she goes, yes. But then she said, but you still need to wear it. I said, are you sure? She goes, definitely wear it. You look like a hoochie, but you should wear it. I said, all righty then. I'm going to do it. And, so what? So what? Whatever people think, right? I think for the most part, I probably don't normally fit in at a fancy function anyways. I mean, I fit in because I'm a person, but so many women dress so beautifully with glitter and sequins. And I don't know, I just don't do those things very well. That's I'm sporty, right? I'm sporty spice. I'm not fancy fits. And so yeah, I thought, all right, well, Mom says wear it. I'm going to wear it. What's the worst that can happen? Someone looks and says, hey, I don't like that dress. But really, the other thing that could happen if you show up in a skimpy dress is women could be mean to you. Now, I hate this about us, right? I mean, I love men, I love women, but there's this kind of thing. And I thought, well, maybe maybe some women will be mean to me because of my dress. I just had that in the back of my head. And so whatever, I get dressed and I get in my Jeep and I drive over. It's 15-minute drive from my house. It's not a very big deal, but here's this other thing I'm juggling is I show up late because Gator basketball's on. We're in the Elite Eight. It's March Madness and the Gators are doing great. Go Gators. And for everybody out there who has no more skin in the game and you have turned your attention to the Florida Gators and you're sending me all the Go Gators messages and the chomping and stuff, I'm totally down with that. I love it. It makes me happy. Welcome to the Gator Nation. And I'm thrilled that so many of you are enjoying the tournament based on your connection with me and now my university and my team. So I'm watching as much of the Gator game as I can. I think I leave at halftime, right? So I get over there during halftime. I'm walking from my Jeep into this massive venue and I get about 10 steps from the front door. And the spaghetti strap that's holding up the front of my dress, one of them just goes bing and pops off. I kid you not, just out of the blue. Bing! And I thought, oh, damn it. Now, mind you, I had this jacket on, but it was a leather jacket and kind of fitted. And it's kind of hard to lift your shoulders in the leather jacket. And I thought, oh, how am I going to dance? What am I going to do? What a predicament. I didn't want to drive all the way home and change and come back. And so thankfully I just walked in. And when I got in there, the owner of Dance Alive was at the front at the little check-in desk. And there were some other women. And I said, oh, look what just happened to my dress. And these women freaking swarmed. It was the most awesome experience. Mind you, I don't know them. I think we had like a little recognition of each other, we recognize each other, but they're like, let me help. And so they brought me back behind the scenes. And one, Amy, my new friend Amy, she got safety pins and she tried to pin the strap, but it really wasn't working. And then she says, you know what, our dance seamstress is here. Let's go find her. And so they went to get her, but then they didn't have a sewing kit. So there was another woman who had a sewing kit and standing there in the dress behind this little curtain, these 4 women gathered around me and they stitched up my freaking dress and attached that strap back to the front. And I was just so grateful. I really did. I showed up thinking, right, some women might be kind of bitchy to me, but instead they were spectacular. They just were so kind. And I told them, I said, I know it's a hoochie dress. My mom told me I look like a hoochie, but she told me to wear it, and they're like, no, it's cute. I love it. Go dance, go have fun. And I was just so appreciative of that. And so girls, be one of the nice girls. Always, whenever given the opportunity, be nice. Compliment some woman on her shoes or her hair or her performance. I mean, whatever it is, we need more nice girls out there. And I was so fortunate that these women were just so generous. And of course, the talent to be able to stand there and just sew my dress together while I was in it. And she was like, I'm so sorry, I might stick you in the boob. And I was like, you know what? Totally worth it. You stick me as many times as you need to. I was so grateful for her help, but she did not stick me. And thankfully, the dress stayed together. She was worried. She thought maybe it won't stick, but it stuck fine. So anyways, I go over to my table, and Michael has some of his clients there, other dance clients. And I introduced myself to all the women, and they were very friendly, lovely ladies, except for one. One of them was a little abrasive. She asked my name the first time. I do not mind repeating my first name a few times because it's tricky, right? It's different. I spell it out. It's Fitz. Sometimes people say Fritz, and I'll say, no, there's no R. It's just Fitz, like Fitzgerald or Fitzpatrick, but none of the ending parts, just the Fitz. So this woman kept, what's your name? What's your name? And then she'd go away and come back and go, what's your name? Like in a really kind of dismissive way. And I think she was trying to tell me that she didn't care for me and I wasn't worth remembering. So just kept saying, it's Fitz, it's Fitz. And I don't know, she came over to talk to me about something. We were watching the performances, the competitors, right? The realtor and the pro dancer doing their quick step or whatever. But this woman came over and it was, again, what's your name? Fitz. Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And then she says, well, I'm smoking weed or I have gummies. And I said, oh, okay, good for you. I mean, you do you, lady. But she was just really unpleasant and kind of abrasive. And I thought, well, this is weird, but I'll just kind of be polite and ignore her abrasiveness because who cares? And so that was that. I'm dealing with her. And then the first section of the competition dancing was over. And then it was time for me to go dance. Now, I remember I've never danced at a real function with Michael before. It's always been just alone in the studio. And let me tell you, it was so much freaking fun to be out on a dance floor packed with people doing the hustle or the cha-cha or the salsa. It was so great. I'm like, it's all paid off right there. I wasn't doing a competition. I don't need to do a competition. I don't really care about that. I will do it one day because he encourages it, and why not? It'd be a cool experience. But it was really a special treat. Now, mind you, it's kind of tricky. He's not just doing basic cha-cha with me. We're spinning and looping, and there's all this choreography. And I'd had a little flute of champagne. So on occasion, I would screw it up and I'd get the look from Michael. And I was like, sorry, I had champagne. It felt like a little extra pressure there, but it was an absolute blast. And he basically rotated between his clients. So I don't know, I maybe got like 10 dances with Michael over the course of the night, which was cool. If it was just me and him, I would have danced the whole night with just Michael, and so fantastic. Fortunately, there was these other dance studio people. So I got to dance with this guy, Ray, who owns a dance studio, and Eddie. And Eddie was, he's not a pro and he's not a studio owner guy, but I'm sorry, he's not a teacher, but he knows how to dance. And so I danced with Eddie. It's a unique experience dancing with someone who's not Michael, because I'm really accustomed to Michael, but Eddie was a strong leader as well. And he pulled out some moves that, you know, the first time through, maybe I'd fail, but then I caught on pretty quickly. So it was just exciting. It's, you know how when most of us go and dance, we just kind of stand there and wiggle around, right? Maybe we put our hands up in the air, but this was real dancing on a real dance floor. And I don't know, just so cool to be spun around in a million ways and be able to follow it. That's extra. But here, this is one of the big moments with Eddie. So Eddie gets a little carried away at some point. I don't know if it's carried away. It was fun, but he just at some point spun me in towards him and hoisted me up in one of his arms and spun me around a couple of times, which again, great fun, but short dress being hiked up because he's holding me around like the hip and waist type thing. And all I could think was, I'm flashing everybody. Now, I did wear cheerleader bloomers underneath the dress, knowing that there was a chance with dancing, perhaps the dress might slide up. But yeah, that was an interesting experience. So anyways, dance, an absolute blast. I hope if you've never done ballroom dancing of any sort, you'll give it a try. There's classes in every community. I know this because as I travel, I'm looking for them. So you can go give salsa a try. It's a low impact, gentle workout that is so much fun. You forget you're even trying to exercise. You forget about burning calories. You're just having a good time. And then the other thing is you get to hold hands. I love holding hands with people. Oh, by the way, you see me hugging everybody and holding your hands. I really, yes, I'm there doing it for you, but it also is so rewarding to me. I don't know. It just fills up my soul to hold your hand. So if I'm too gropey, I'm sorry. And we will be right back.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for a loved one battling cancer? The Cancer Comeback Series by Fitz Kohler offers hope, inspiration, and practical guidance. With Your Healthy Cancer Comeback, My Noisy Cancer Comeback, and the Healthy Cancer Comeback Journal. These books are a lifeline for all patients and survivors. Right now, you can order autographed copies at a special discount. Show your support and help a loved one go from sick to strong. Visit Fitzness.com today. That's Fitzness.com. Fitzness.com.
We're back. So anyways, dancing, yay. So lots of cool, fun dancing. And then I go back towards the table and there's the kind of crotchety lady who's been giving me weird attitude all night. And the Florida Gator game's still on. So I've got my cell phone, got my earbuds. My hair was down. So I put my earbuds in and it's on the table. I'm trying to be respectful, view the dance competition, but also watching the Gator game. And I'm not the only one, by the way. So know this. And it's not like watching at church, right? It's a leisure environment. So I didn't feel too bad about doing it, but I'm there watching the Gator game and it's getting down to the last 90 seconds. Now, mind you, we finished, I think it was a tie at the end of the first, and we're playing Texas Tech. Texas starts handing it to us. We're down by 10. And then with about 2.5 minutes left, the Gators start acting like the Gators again. And they start just dunking three-pointers, boom, boom, boom. And now we're not losing, we're almost even. And so I'm staring at the phone and the crotchety lady, she comes over and sits down right next to me and starts saying words. There's the dance floor, the DJ's still on, people are dancing out in the middle of the floor. And I pull an earbud out. She sees that and I look over and I said, I'm sorry, are you talking to me? She goes, yes. And I said, I apologize. Can you give me just 2 minutes to focus on something and then I'm yours? And she goes, well, I didn't want to talk to you anyways. I said, okay, then have fun, put it in. And I was watching the rest of the game. Other people started swarming around and we won that freaking thing. We sure did. And what's really cool about being in a university town, you know, we are the Gators. Probably most people in that room attended the University of Florida. And if they didn't, they've just adopted the Gators as their home team, because why wouldn't you get involved? And I don't know, 500-600 people in the room just lost their freaking mind once that buzzer went off and the DJ announced that the Gators are going to the final floor, and people just lost their marbles. It was so fun. It was just, you know, epic sports, right? The beauty of sports. What else could bring so many strangers together and so much excitement and love? And it was a really happy time. So I need you to know all that. The dancing was great. My dress stayed on. No boobs popped out. That was actually a highlight of the night. The boobs stayed in, other than when Eddie lifted me up in that spinning situation. I don't think anybody saw anything other than my legs. So a great choice. And girls, if you ever get the chance to wear a dress that you want, even if it's maybe not appropriate for the entire experience, wear the damn dress. Just do it. Life is short. Nobody was harmed. Oh, and here's the other thing. Many women came up and said, I love your dress. And I don't tell you this because I'm great. I'm telling you this because I underestimated the women that were going to be there. I thought for sure someone's going to be nasty. Only one person was, right? Maybe it wasn't even my dress. Maybe she hated blue eyes or blonde hair or the name Fitz. Maybe I just rubbed her the wrong way. But all the other women were so great. And they would come over in their beautiful, long, sparkly, fancy get-ups that they had probably dropped a ton of money on and came over and said, your dress is so fun. I love your dress. And I really appreciated that. And then there was a drunk girl, Tina. Hey, Tina, if you're listening, Tina came over and said, she and her friend, they said, do I see you on TV? And I said, well, sometimes. And they said, oh, we love you, blah, blah, blah. But Tina got super drunk because it was her birthday. Happy birthday, Tina. And at some point she came over and she grabbed my face, put both hands on the side of my face, real serious. And she goes, you're so pretty. And I said, thank you. And she goes, don't let them get to you. And I said, who? And she said, don't let them bring you down. And so maybe there was someone being mean to me there besides the pothead that I was dealing with before, but I thought that was hysterical. Ooh, she's like, don't let them get to you. Don't let them bring you down. So I did not let anybody get to me or let anybody bring me down. So thank you, Tina, for that stellar advice. And yeah, what a wonderful night. Wear short dresses. That's the moral of that story. Also, go Gators. We're in the Final Four. That's this Saturday and Monday. And I appreciate all your good vibes. That's right. If you do not have a team in the tournament anymore, you're officially on my team. I'm recruiting you as a powerful force for the Gator Nation. Wear the orange, wear the blue, do the chomp. The chomp, if you want to do it right, you got to put that right arm high. The chomp is properly done with your arms extended in front of you and that right arm up high. If you do the left arm up high, you look like an amateur. So don't do that. Moving on, if you have not listened to my recent podcast with Sherman Merrick and Ann from DexaFit, you should. Those are captivating episodes. Sherman gave out so many golden nuggets worth of advice on finances and relationships and religion and interpersonal skills and business. It was just packed with goodness that elevates you. And that's where I'm going after certain people that I find that I just believe are successful in various industries. Let's talk. I want to hear your advice. What do you want people to know? Sherman's was great. And we talked about DEXA scans and just so much interesting health information. Whether you ever get a DEXA scan or not, you can learn a bit about visceral fat and your metabolism and your bone density and so forth. So those are episodes you should definitely catch up on if you haven't heard them yet. So the other thing that I've been hinting at a little bit online, I am working on book number 5 right now. So hopefully you know that. Hopefully you're paying attention and you know that. My first 4 books are in order. They're the Everything Flat Belly Cookbook, followed by My Noisy Cancer Comeback, followed by Your Healthy Cancer Comeback, followed by the Healthy Cancer Comeback Journal. So this next book is a fitness and weight loss book for the masses. So if you want to lose weight, I'm going to give you the exact way to do that, right? Using the exact formula. But if you're just hoping to become fitter, you can just get past the weight loss information. And this book will be jam-packed with everything anyone needs to know about creating a healthy body, right? Getting stronger and increasing your stamina, flexibility, mobility, balance, how to stay healthy during the holidays and during traveling. And I'm trying to answer all of the questions. I'm trying to be a solutions person. So if you have this book and you've read through it, you're never going to hit an obstacle in life that you can't maneuver, right? You're still going to be able to maintain your health and fitness just because you know it and you've been poked in the chest by me going, oink, oink, oink. So I've hinted at it on Instagram, but yesterday I posted both on Instagram and on Facebook and asked for your help. And I want your help because I want this book to be as thorough as possible. It's not going to be, too weird. It's not going to be weirdly thorough, but I really sincerely want to know what you would want. If you were to read a book on getting fitter or losing weight, what would you like to read within it? And so I got a ton of great feedback. Yesterday, I got a barrage of women demanding I discuss staying fit during perimenopause and menopause, which I had not added, and I certainly will. And then some other great suggestions. And so what I'm going to ask of you is to keep that in mind, that I'm open to feedback. I'm looking for suggestions. So please, either you can go to that Instagram or Facebook post and use the comment section, or you can just private message me on any of my social outlets or on Fitzness.com, and, make your suggestions known, because I didn't want this book to be published and then think, oh, I wish I would have covered that topic, right? I really want to gather everything I can, everything that's appropriate to cover. So please extend your feedback, turn your thinking cap on. I'll take all your good ideas. And if I don't get to your idea, I'm sorry. But I want them. There's a good chance that either I've already covered that or I'm going to cover it. But boy, this book has been in the works for a year. Now, it's the book I should have written 20 years ago, because this is who I am, right? I help grownups get fitter. I help grownups lose weight. And why I haven't written this before, I can't tell you, but I'm glad I'm doing it now. If I kick the bucket and I don't finish this book, that will be the biggest regret of my whole life. I hope my daughter, for example, will grab the book and finish it and get it out there, because I work hard to provide resources, right? I want you to have all the know-how. I never want there to be anything that stands between you and your health. And so that's why this podcast is here. That's why I do this, not just to talk about my dress, but because I want you to live better and longer. And this is a free way for me to connect with you. It's free for you to listen. My website, fitzness.com, is packed with free resources. The Hottie Body Fitzness Challenge is packed with free resources and encouragement and my time, because I really want you to be able to get to your best. And I think the book is just this other perfect medium for putting a collection of information that people can and will use to better themselves. So this book is probably the most important book I'll ever write. I mean, who knows what's to come? There will be a number 6 for sure, but book number 5, I'm excited about, and I would love your feedback. So please share it with me if you have those ideas. Okay, speaking of online challenges, the challenges we've been doing in 2025 on my Hottie Body Fitzness Challenge Facebook page have been awesome. So good. Patting myself on the back here. Hooray for me. This is of course my creation, but the way you all are pursuing these challenges are really exciting. So we started January with the Strong 25 challenge. And, that's the theme of this year for me, is how many people can I convince to pursue strength training with a vigor? I truly believe strength training is a fountain of youth. Out of all the pillars of fitness, I believe strength is the most important. Strength benefits your muscles and your bones and your mind. Increases your metabolism, so it affects your weight and your weight loss capabilities dramatically in a positive way. Strength training will get you to stand up straighter, feel more confident. I mean, your appearance, golly, if you want to improve your appearance, strength training is the secret to success in that area, right? So if you're laser focused on becoming a hottie or a better version of you, strength training, that's where you should go. Yet I see so many people go, I'm just going to run. All right. Well, yeah, you can do that. And running's great, but running is not going to give you the appearance most people would like to have. I say most people, that's the better version of yourself. Strength training will impact your body in positive ways far more significantly than just running. So we started with Strong 25 in January, and then we went to the February Love Your Body Challenge. March was March Madness, and this month, April, we're doing April 3000. And so for the other challenges, I've had a more diverse variety of exercises, from angry ups and burpees to planks and Supermans and all sorts of different exercises, varied by month. But this month, I've chosen push-ups, crunches, and lunges. And the reason I've chosen, and 1,000 repetitions of each, not every day, not every week, 1,000 repetitions of these exercises over the course of the entire month, which I think is extremely reasonable and something I know absolutely you can get done. And I know this because even if you're someone who's screaming at your phone or whatever, wherever you're listening to me and you're saying, Fitz, I can't do a push-up, but you can do one on your knees. You can do push-ups against the wall. I'm not putting any restrictions on the type of push-ups you do. You could do push-ups with your hands on a medicine ball if you're super tricep god, or you can do hands on the wall, feet behind it, keep your body strong like a plank position, lower your chest to the wall and back out. So there's modifications you can do to make sure you can do a push-up. But yeah, 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 lunges. If you can't do lunges, if your knees are too wonky, then you could do squats. But the reason I chose lunges is because they work each of those legs independently, and they also challenge your balance. And with that, they're challenging your adductors, that inner thigh. So I love lunges. Squats are wonderful. Lunges to me are superior to squats. And so that's our big lower body exercise. It really targets a lot of the muscles in your lower body. It's not perfect. It's not really giving you a great hammy workout, but lunges are spectacular. Push-ups, tremendous for your upper body and your core. And then, of course, crunches. So I want you to join the April 3000 challenge. Even if you jump in late, that's okay. I'll take it. Ideally, you will do these exercises every other day throughout the month. Not every day, because with strength training, your body needs 48 hours to rest, recover, and rebuild between training sessions. But every other day, do as many of each exercise as you can until you hit 1,000, and then you can surpass it. You can go to 1,500 for sure, but I'm really excited about these three. And the reason being is these three moves, I believe, are specifically responsible for my improvements. And so I'm grateful. I'm so excited to share that I have been doing these challenges along with you. So I lay out a challenge for you, but then I'm going to do it too. I'm going to say, okay, this is good for them. It's certainly great for me. I know the power of these body weight type exercises, and I had come back pretty far. So I lost a ton of weight during chemo. It's been a really, really big challenge for me to pack on weight. I started at 125. I dropped down to 111. I hovered at about 113 for 2 years. I'm finally getting close to, I'm finally sticking around 117, but I put on some muscle, but not where it was, right? I was back to being fit. I didn't look like a little skeleton and weak and scrawny like I had, but I still didn't feel like super fit fits. And since I've started doing my own challenges, January, February, March, I am starting to feel again like super fit fits. I'm starting to love my arms again. My legs are certainly way more muscular and they're not giant. They're just stronger, right? They're firm all the way around. And then my abs are just way better than they used to be. And I'm a girl. Hey, ladies, I'm with you. I'll wear Spanx underneath, like those undies, the high-waisted undies underneath a dress, just because. Why not make everything fine? But there's no reason for that anymore. There's no reason. I don't have to put any of that stuff on to look like my tummy is flat in a dress or in anything else, because I'm doing these challenges. And so I'm personally benefiting from them. I already had a killer workout routine, and now things are just better about me, and they're better about you. And so Kelly Prevette, she's a killer example. Kelly just posted a photo in the Hottie Body Fitzness Challenge page of her. Oh my gosh. I mean, she looks 20 years younger just between December and now. She has changed her body from fit, but kind of soft, to fit and really firm. She looks like she's taller. I don't believe she's grown taller, but she's just leaner and meaner, and whoa, just really impressive. Tim Patton, totally ripped. Tara and Christy and Tom and the group are just seeing wild results. And so I want those wild results for you. This is the truth. Is I'm not the funniest girl, and I'm not the smartest about all the things, but when it comes to fitness, I know what I'm freaking talking about. And with you do what I tell you to do, you will get where you want to go. That is a guarantee. If you do what I tell you to do, and you don't make stupid excuses, and you don't let yourself off the hook, you will see results that you like, results that you love, results that will encourage you to buy a skimpy dress, or guys, maybe, I don't know, one of those tank tops with big armpit holes, right? So do it. Please, God, please do the freaking challenge. I don't ask you because it's going to make me any money. I will make $0 off of this. I want it so bad for you. I just wish you also wanted it so bad for yourself enough to comply and say, yes, I will get it done, for crying out loud. Fitz Kohler, stop harassing me. And I will stop harassing you if you do it, right? I'm not harassing Kelly Prevett. She gets it now. She gets it. The proof is in her hardcore pudding, and she's looking fly and she's feeling great. Clothes fitting better. I don't have to harass Kelly. I don't have to harass Tim Patton. They get it. I'm not harassing Tara or Christy or Tom, because I see them doing the work and I see the results and I go, okay, well, they're good now, right? But you maybe haven't joined in yet. You haven't jumped in to the challenges with both feet. Maybe you're making an excuse about work or your sick family member or whatever. None of that flies. It's you and discipline. And these exercises, I'm telling you, will make you better. So please freaking do them. The Hottie Body Fitzness Challenge is free to join. Everybody's welcome, as long as you're not a weirdo, as long as you're not mean, as long as you're not going to come on my page and try to sell fitness garbage, because I will boot you off and block you so fast. But I'm guessing if you're listening to my podcast, you're probably the right type of psycho, and I want you. So please go on and join, and then invite your friends, and we'll get them feeling great too. I know. I just was on a rant, but I care that much. And I want it. I want it for you. I really, really want this for you. So please join the freaking challenge. Thank you. All right. I've got our communication tip of the show. This one I've done before, but I have to reiterate. It's a plea. It's really not a tip. It's a plea, because I'm desperate. Please make all of your conversations two-way. I should say twice again, was in conversations with people who just rambled on. Showed up. They never said, how are you? They never said, what's going on? They just rambled on about their own stuff in a very weird way, from one topic to the next. I just sat there thinking, did I even ask? Like, what is going on here? Here's the thing. I don't need to talk about myself. I don't need you to ask about my children or my dogs. Of course, those things are nice. You don't have to talk about me. Clearly, we're talking about me enough here. But maybe there's a conversation, a topic we could both talk about. We could both talk about the Grammy Awards or the weather or politics or anything. Let's talk about the things you're not supposed to talk about. We could talk about politics and religion, but as long as we're both an equal part of a conversation or close to equal, great. But if you're just going to monopolize my time and ramble on about you the whole time, I think, for the love of God, what is going on here? I don't know why so many people have lost or never gained the capacity to have a conversation or show interest in the other person or include them in the conversation. I just think it's weird. So freaking weird. So yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy. If you tend to ramble on about yourself, cut it short and say, how are you? Or what do you think about blank? That's good enough. Again, I'm not hoping people talk about me. I just would like to be. If I'm going to spend time with you, maybe we're going to have a conversation of back and forth. We both express an opinion or maybe even a civil debate. That's fun. But yeah, don't ramble, don't monopolize, include the other humans in the conversation. I wish you could talk back now. Okay. And then the song of the show. This one I really like. So remember last year, Beyonce put out a country album. Oh, I got to tell you, I love Beyonce. I love country music. I wasn't very convinced that was a real country album. I know it just won a Grammy. I'm not buying it. There was 2 songs that I liked from it. But other than that, it felt more like an R&B album, and I didn't love it. I'm not going to give her a lot of extra points for doing the country stuff because I didn't love it. Chaperone, though, she has come out with a country song. She's a bona fide pop artist with killer pop songs, much like Beyonce. And her new country song is a real freaking country song. It's so good. It's called The Giver. But it's a high energy country song. And I like it. I just like it so much. And I want you to give it a go. So yeah, The Giver by Chaperone. Also, Chapel's got a great voice. Her Hot to Go is really fun. Pink Pony Club is pretty good. She's got a bunch of great tunes. In fact, I mean, there's some things I look about her and I think that's kind of weird, but also she's talented. She's talented, as is Beyonce. I don't want the Beehive coming after me. But yeah, I just didn't buy off on her country album. Chaperone, The Giver. It's legit country and it's legit good. And it's also legit fun. So you can, let me see, what kind of exercise do I want you to do it? I want you to play volleyball with a neighbor. Huh? That's right. Find a neighbor, grab a ball, and bounce the ball to each other while listening to Chaperone's Giver. All right, folks. That's it. That's my ramble, my rant for the day. Thank you for listening. Tomorrow, my face is going to start falling off, and I am so excited about that. So hopefully next time you see me, you'll just be surprised by the glow, the radiance emanating from my J-Lo style glowy face. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'll never have that. What is she doing? What does that woman do to make her face so freaking shiny all the time? I'm not sure. I don't even know if I want to be that shiny. I mean, we'd have to have a good conversation about it. Maybe next time you and I get together, we can discuss J-Lo and her glow and whether or not we deem it necessary. Yeah. Oh, and then here, this is final thing. It's been raining here in Gainesville, and I drive a Jeep Wrangler, and I love it when my Jeep is dirty. And so the other day, while it was raining, I found a big muddy section in this field. So I went in, I did donuts. I like to get the mud all kicked up on the sides. It's a red Jeep. It looks really pretty when it has mud splatter. So I get all the mud and it looks great. I get home and the freaking rain just washed it off. It just kept coming and there was no mud left. And so today I went back to the mud puddles and started kicking it up, but only a little bit kicked up on the side of my Jeep. So I don't know. I'm going to have to do better. My Jeep has that J-Lo glow and I'd like to get rid of it. I love you. If you haven't done so yet, click like and follow on the Fitzness Show. If you haven't joined my newsletter at fitzness.com, you should. Just go to fitzness.com and then you'll get a pop-up where you can sign up. And then I'll send you things only on a limited basis, things that I think you should know and can benefit from. And that's it. I love you. Get to work. Bye, team. Mwah!
Hi, this is Rudy Novotny, the voice of America's Marathons. We all love how much running has benefited every aspect of our lives, so much so that most of us only wish we'd started sooner. Wouldn't it be wonderful to gift the opportunity to children of today? Well, you can. The Morning Mile is a before-school walking and running program that gives children a chance to start each day in an active way while enjoying fun, music, and friends. That's every child, every day. It's also supported by a wonderful system of rewards, which keeps students highly motivated and frequently congratulated. Created by our favorite fitness expert, Fitz Kohler, Morning Milers across the country have run over 2 million miles and are having greater success with academics, behavior, and sports because of it. The Morning Mile is free to the child, free to the school, and is inexpensively funded by businesses or generous individuals. Help more kids get moving in the morning by visiting morningmile.com. Champion the program at your favorite school or find out more about sponsorship opportunities. That's morningmile.com. Long may you run.